I was so sure that I failed right on the very first minute. Finally! So, I'll be sharing my experience and some tips for you guys. Also, you can pass your driving license. What are the things you need? The one requirement that you should be living here in the UK for 12 months and more. What are the steps you should do? First things first is you need to apply for a provisional license. That would cost £34 and it would take 2 to 3 weeks before you can get your provisional license. So my advice to you during this time of you waiting your provisional license, you can now study for your theory test, because you can't take the practical test without passing first the theory test. Then what I did was I booked my theory test last year, and that cost £23 for the theory test. And I downloaded an app called DVSA. I will show it to you here so you can download it, and it's very helpful. What I did is just did lots of revision for 2 weeks, and this app cost £4.99, which is very worth it. So just do all the tests there, do lots of revision, and also the hazard video are very reliable in there because it's almost the same like the actual tests. So the theory test is my theory test. I still have my theory test. I brought this during my practic, and you need to bring the paper on your driving test. I only used this app and it was really very helpful because I have no idea about driving and also about driving here in the UK. So I would highly recommend you guys for you to download that app. The next one, after passing that one, what I did was to search a driving instructor. So about driving instructor, my advice to you is, because everyone's different and everyone will learn in a different way and everyone teaches in a different way. I had 2 instructors. I tried first one, and then I had few classes, like 20 classes with this instructor, but even within the 20 classes I felt like I'm not progressing enough. And the second driver was I felt like we drove 100 miles in our first 2-hour class. And another thing is the fee. They varies. One tip is to find a good instructor that will suit you on how you learn. I can't count how much hours I had because I had my class last year and then it stopped because of lockdown, because of corona, because of the virus. So I needed to stop for how many months, then after that I went back again. So I felt like I needed to start all over again. So I had lots of class. Then booking test was so difficult because as per them there's like 400,000 people waiting for their practical tests. So lots of people are on queue to grab the earliest slot of tests. So what I did is I paid another app wherein it searches for cancellations or just sudden availability of slot. So it's run by an app and then it automatically search for a slot for you. So what happened was I didn't have any test booked yet, but all of a sudden they sent me an email that I'm booked on this date. So during the test you should bring your provisional ID, then bring your theory certificate from the DVLSA. Bring it. It's a piece of paper like this. Piece of paper like this. Bring it with you, and your ID, and a pen. And then, because it's COVID, you have to wear your mask. And it's very nerve-wracking during the test. Another tip would be, it's easy to say, try to relax, but for sure you will be so nervous during the date of exam. So just focus, be patient, don't be in a rush, wait until it's clear. I think that's the one thing that saved me, because I was so sure that I failed right on the very first minute. Because what happened was, I signaled right, looking at my right side, and then waiting for it to be clear. Then it was clear, so I went to turn right. Then suddenly someone horned so loud, so I was such in a shock that I thought I interrupted someone. I made cause of traffic. That's why someone blew their horn on me. So I was a bit in a shock. I swerved the car way too on the right, and then the instructor even said, "Gwen, what are you doing? You're already on the right side," because you have to keep on your left. And then I was in a shock, like, who's blowing their horn? And then it took like a few seconds for me to realize that it was me who pressed the horn. It was so funny at the end of the test, because I didn't realize it at first. During the first few minutes, I was just like thinking, oh, I failed, I'm so sure. So she let me stop on the other side, on the left side, so I stopped. But I'm just waiting for her to tell me that, okay, let's go back to the test center, because the test will last for 30 to 40 minutes. And I was just expecting for the test to end soon, because that happened. I blew the horn, then I was on the right side a bit. But then eventually we just go on. I followed the sat nav. She told me to do this, to go to that. Did the maneuver. I did the parallel maneuver, by the way. I was just waiting for her to tell me to stop or tell me to go back. But I just stayed focused. I just did whatever was taught to me. Check mirrors, signal, keep left, you know what to, be safe on the road, mind your gap, mind the lights, mind that if you need to go to your right, use your signals. I just did all those. Then check your speed, your limit of your speed. I just continuously did that. And then when I was thinking it's already like 30 minutes, what's happening? Anyway, then we're going back to the test center. So I thought, really, I failed already. Anyway, let's go home. I can still do it again. Pay another 62 pounds. By the way, the test is 62 pounds. And so she keeps scribbling on her tablet. And then when we were in the test center, she asked me if I want the instructor to be there to listen. So I really thought, she's gonna explain to me what I did wrong. So I said, yeah, sure, why not? And she keeps scribbling on her tablet. And then she said, Gwen, so you pass. What? Like, ooh. I was wearing my mask, but my eyes, I can feel it like it's popping. Really? Seriously? Like, my words were just, wow, really? Then she eventually said, She had a bit of a giggle during the first few minutes because of that incident. I swear my steer went over to the right and then I blew the horn. And I told her, really, I thought someone blew the horn on me. But realizing it was all me, and then it was so funny. So yeah, just keep on going until they say so otherwise. I know that your mind will say all the negative things, and then of course you'll think you'll fail, but just do it, and then if it fails, it fails, and if it passes, yay, you'll be the happiest person you'll ever be. So yeah, that's my story time for my license. And another tip, what else can I say? Yeah, just practice. Now on searching for a car, and I'll make another vlog when I get my own car. Bye. Thank you for watching.